Level M Diecast is the channel you have tuned in to check out an unboxing today. We got something kind of cool. Pulled this out of the collection. I forgot that I had bought this a couple years ago. This is the History of Hot Wheels Part 3. This is racing. There's been a couple of parts to these. It is a box set. This particular box set has 8 models in it. And a little bit of a trivia thing for you guys as part of this kind of unboxing thing. I'm only keeping 4 models out of this box. So I want you guys to try to figure out if you know which 4 models I want to keep as we go through this. So it just opens on the one side. Just like this, kind of like a box, kind of like a book, I should say. These are the 8 models here, listed down here. They are a little bit of information on this side, talking about start your engines, get a little bit of information on the models. Talks about the Chevy, talks about the Barracuda, Turbo Streak, Off-Road Racer, the Porsche, and then unique Hot Wheels models like this guy down here with the T-Bucket. This set's pretty nice. These are not real riders or anything, so but these are all exclusive to this particular pack. This was a Fao-Schwarz, gift thingy-majig. It is clear on both sides, which is kind of interesting. You can look at it from the back, or you can just open the front, take a look at it. So I bought this for 4 specific models. So we're just going to crack it out. We're going to take a look at all of them because, of course, we are. So this just opens on the top, little flap. It is glued. So once you open it, it is opened. But since we're just going to not really worry about the box, we're just going to rip it open. So we open all the things here. Comes in a clamshell. So we're just going to slide our clamshell out. There we go. This is just the empty box, which is now landfill material. There are the model listed in here. Comes in a double blister piece. It's actually a pretty nice setup the way it is. It's kind of fancy. So let's reset the camera. All right, we got our camera reset. Got a little bit of light in here so we can take a look at these models. We'll just start at the top from up here. This is the Off-Road Rider. He is kind of decoed up like Toyota Racing. Does have a flag on the top. This is a separate piece of plastic. This is a pretty cool model. There is the deets in the front. Does have some tampons for the headlights and for the winch. It's obviously a Jeep, based on a Jeep. Pretty good details on the side. Eagle F1 tires, looks pretty good, or Eagle Goodyears, I should say. China base, nothing fancy there. Does have a tow hitch. I like the printing on the back, looks pretty cool. With the tail lights and then the jerry can right there at the bottom, looks cool. So a pretty cool model. So this is definitely one of the models that I'm keeping for sure. So this is one of the guys I bought for this particular model. One of them. Take a look at this guy. This is the 65 Mustang, I believe. Custom Mustang. Does have opening hood. Nice detail underneath the hood there. Looks really, really good. Even the batteries painted up. That looks actually really good. This model is actually a lot better than I thought. Full front tampons looks pretty good. Kind of old school, 60s, 70s era black wall style wheels. Looks pretty good. Tampons are nice. Full rear tampons looks good too. And that was the base. It is metal base. Hot Wheels vintage, it says. So that's pretty cool. This is not one that I was going to keep. So I'll just set that guy right back in there. Going to pull up our Unical 76. This is the Turbo Streak. Wow, check that out. I didn't realize the driver was all decked up. Man, look at that. That's cool. Man, that's cool. This model is pretty wicked, though. This guy does have some Goodyear Eagle F1s on it, for sure. It is all die-cast. This one is 100% metal. All the pieces and everything, except for the chrome engine detail. So this guy is pretty wicked. I do like this guy a lot. And yes, this is one we're going to keep as well. We'll set him to the side. Throwing up with our next one, this is the Hemi Cuda. This one looks pretty good. Decos on the back look good. I do particularly like the print on the windscreen there. Looks pretty good. It does have matte black for the hood. Front details look good. Just regular 5-spoke. Says Hemi Cuda on the side. It's a satin finish to the orange. Looks pretty good. This is a dragster though, so he opens up. There is a stand inside of it. There's a little notch in there to hold the stand. There is the 426 Hemi down in there. That looks pretty good. So this guy was kind of like a wild card. I didn't plan on keeping this guy, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to keep this guy. That looks really good, actually. Looking at the interior there, just trying to get that to pop in there. The seat sits really high, like above the roll cage in there, which is just weird. It's very weird interior piece, but it still looks okay. Still looks okay. Another Hot Wheels vintage there on the bottom. 1969 from back in the day. Obviously not an original. So I think, you know what? I think I'm going to keep this guy. So I guess we're going to end up with 5. We're going to end up with 5 models. So it's a little bit of a wow factor, I guess, or a little bit of an X factor. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Taking a look at this next one. This is the Monte Carlo Stalker in Caterpillar Deco. David Green on there. That is an actual driver, in case you guys are not familiar with NASCAR. That's a real NASCAR driver. This deco's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. I do like the painted up wheels. Looks good. I like the deco on the side. Looks really nice. It's nice seeing this in a decent deco. I really like this casting. I think this is one of the better stock car castings that Hot Wheels has ever done. Nice roll cage detail on the inside. Base deets here. Much later production run than the stuff we've seen thus far. So China base. So yep, just definitely going to keep this guy. Definitely going to keep this guy. So you guys are following along. I think it's pretty obvious when we get to this guy what the last one is I plan on keeping. This is the Wicked Porsche 935, which is really the number one reason I even bought this whole pack, is to get this guy. This is not an original Hot Wheels casting. This is a Corgi casting originally. It has been changed up to say Porsche on the, or I'm sorry, Hot Wheels on the bottom. So, but this is an original Corgi casting. It's a pretty good one. I think the Corgi 935 is pretty good. It sits a little too high though. It looks like it's supposed to be an off-roader. I don't mind the gold wire wheels. I think they look good. It's just, it sits way too high. Way too high. And then the casting has kind of this kind of bent view to it. It's kind of hard to see, but it looks almost like the casting's bent like right here. So that's just the Corgi casting itself. But I think Hot Wheels did a really, really good job getting some good decos on this guy. 935 looks good. I do like the banner on the window there. It's a little crooked, but not terribly bad. Blue windows is rather interesting choice. And then deets are the same on the other side, so pretty happy with that. That's pretty wicked. Always happy to add more stuff to the Porsche collection for sure. Rolling through here, we got another old school. This is 1957 Chevy, based on the original 76 casting that Hot Wheels did. This is a pretty nice deco. Got full frontal deco on there. Sunoco on the hood. Looks good. Jack Flash, it says on the top. Number 07. I really like these wheels with the red foil print on them. They look good. It's got a 283 in there. Sunoco Special. It's pretty cool. I don't think it looks quite vintage enough. It looks a little bit too modern still, in my opinion. But you guys let me know what you think about that. This guy's pretty cool, though. I like this guy a lot. The side pipes are painted on this guy, which is pretty nice detail. Kind of hard to see there, but they are matte black because they are part of the base. So that's pretty sweet. Obviously not one we're going to keep. And then, of course, the last guy that's in the mix here, the T-Bucket. This actually has quite a bit of detail on it that I didn't really realize. It is a painted base, but not fully painted. It is painted around the parts that don't need to be quote-unquote chromed. So you got your axles and your drain pans and then your exhaust off the sides. That looks pretty good. Gives a nice look to the bottom. It says Hot Wheels on the back. It is purple with flames. 5 spokes don't look all that great. It's a different 5 spoke in the back's kind of weird. Kind of weird that they did that. I do like the windshield though. Check the windshield out. It says 990 on it. It's like a kind of a purplish tint to it. Looks pretty good. Got the gold surround on it. The interior is painted up. Get that to focus there. There you go. Interior is painted up. Looks really, really good. Like that a lot, especially with the steering wheel. A couple two-tone paint job in there. Your giant blue block with a bunch of chrome supercharger on the top. Looks pretty good. Gold on the front. This is actually a pretty nicely detailed model. This might be one of the best decoed up T-buckets they've ever done. I think this guy would look really good with some rail riders on him. So I don't know, maybe I'll drill him out and throw some rail riders on him and see what happens. That might be pretty cool. So there we go. So I originally planned on keeping 4 from the mix, but unfortunately, I guess fortunately actually, this guy actually turned out to be pretty nice. Pretty nice. So we're going to keep that guy for sure. So we're going to kind of throw these in here for a last kind of overview. There is the mix. Porsche does not stay in there at all. So there you go. Kind of an interesting thing. Like I said, I just bought it for a few models, but I figured we'd unbox it and throw it out there and see what you guys think of it. It's been quite some time since this was a new item, so pretty interesting. So anyways, there you go. Hope you guys appreciate that. Hopefully you guys picked out all the right models. If you did, then congratulations. You are a super fan for sure. But we're going to roll out and roll on some other stuff. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, come back, chill, rolling out, Level M Sidecast saying, peace.